Meets a man who really puts the pedal to the metal.
Heavy traffic, potholes, exhaust fumes, the kinds of hazards that every urban bicyclist faces when they go for a jaunt on their 10-speed. Every bicyclist, that is, except John Troncelletti, who has eliminated these inconveniences by practicing a unique form of the sport. It's called rail biking, a peculiar variation that uses a specially outfitted 10-speed to ride on abandoned railroad tracks through the countryside. The key word, of course, being abandoned, for obvious reasons, but that doesn't diminish the opportunities for wide-ranging travel.
There are dozens of miles of abandoned rail lines or out-of-service rail lines in the Philadelphia-Delaware Valley area. You have to receive permission from the railroad company. Even if it's an abandoned line, you're still on railroad property, and they don't take kindly to trespassers. Once you get the clearance, it's free pedaling. Some of the most scenic areas in the country are where railroads travel through. Regular roads, we have a lot of traffic, and you have the steep grades, not to mention people trying to run you off the road. So this way you basically have the road to yourself, or the railroad to yourself.
Largely because no company makes rail bikes. The few that exist were each home built by the individual using some mail-order parts and a lot of ingenuity.
This is a regular bicycle outfitted with outrigger arms and oversized training wheels.
But the concept is anything but new, able to be traced back over 100 years to railroading's very beginnings.
Back in the 1800s, when they built the first transcontinental railroad, this rail bike was produced. And in fact, there's a Sears catalog back in the early 1900s that showed parts for a rail bike.
The credit for inventing it generally going to a Michigan mechanic named George Sheffield, who was simply looking for a convenient and pleasant way to get from his home to his job 7 miles away, but came up with an invaluable tool for railroad companies.
This is something employees use maintaining the rights of way of the railroads. This predated pump hand cars. It was used for making sure there was no split rail, to make sure that the ties were not splintered,
as well as providing a pleasant way